Bonjour.
C'est avec plaisir qu'on le reçoit. Nous l'avions déjà vu à Mirande et comme nous avions beaucoup pris de plaisir à l'écouter, on fait une interview cette fois-ci avec grand plaisir. On sait que tu es natif du Missouri et maintenant, peux-tu nous dire où tu vis?
So they saw you in Milan, and because they love very much your music, they are very happy to get this opportunity to talk with you and ask you some questions. So they know you live in Missouri, you're from Missouri, and they would like to know where do you live?
I live in Nashville now. Actually, I moved to Tennessee back in 1987. I started making trips there right out of high school, and I finally made the move there 5 years later in '87. So.
En 87, depuis 87, il vit à Nashville. 87?
87.
Et voilà, il allait souvent à Nashville et du coup, il a décidé de s'y installer.
That's a pretty town. We went to, we enjoyed.
Good.
There.
Good.
Tes parents n'étaient pas musiciens, après ce que l'on sait. Comment es-tu venu à la country music et quel style de country music?
Your parents were not involved in country music or on music, and why did you become country act?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, my parents were very musical. Still are. They still sing today. My mom is 85. She turned 85 a couple of days ago. My dad is 79. And they were very musical. Both sides of the family were very musical, and so it was just a natural thing for me to fall into the music thing and do it myself because I sang with them when I was very small, on up, you know. Still today we sing together.
Ses parents adoraient la musique. Ses parents adoraient la musique et sa mère vient de faire 85 ans, le père 79 ans, et depuis qu'il est petit, il a grandi dans ce domaine. Donc, but why country music? I mean, is it because of them?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, they had a lot of old country records around the house when I was growing up, and it was that music that influenced me early on. It was artists like Carl Smith and Webb Pierce, Buck Owens, George Jones, on and on. So many of those artists that they loved were artists I fell in love with as a child, and that's the music that I still get my inspiration from today.
Donc c'est les albums qu'ils avaient à la maison, il a cité tous les noms des artistes, George Jones et d'autres. C'est ça qui fait qu'il s'est vraiment lancé dans cette poursuite de la passion.
Eh bien, moi j'aimerais que tu nous parles de George Jones.
I heard that.
Can you tell us about George Jones?
You know, I met George back in 1992 when he recorded a song of mine called I Don't Need Your Rocking Chair. And that became the 1993 CMA Vocal of the Year, and it just opened a lot of doors for me. But you know, more than it did for my career, to me, it was the start of a friendship with George Jones, who, like I said, was one of my heroes. And we remained friends up until the day he died.
En fait, tout s'est accéléré le jour où il a composé une chanson Rocking Chair, the Rocking Chair Song, pour George Jones, et qui a cartonné. George Jones, qui était son idole, et ça l'a vraiment. George Jones a été sa référence et il l'a accompagné jusqu'au jour de sa mort. Il a eu la chance bien sûr de le rencontrer, d'enregistrer avec lui.
As-tu un album en préparation et sur quel thème?
Do you have a new album coming up, and what will be do you have a theme? I mean, particular theme? I mean subject.
You know, a theme. I have a new record that just came out a few months ago that I'm still kind of in the process of working. You know, it's called These Old Walls, and it's a compilation of songs that I wrote in the last 10-15 years. I went back and found old things that I wanted to put on this record, and I think the common thread and the theme is just more traditional country music, you know, and honky-tonk style music, which is what is so near and dear to my heart. It's the kind of music that I love, and so it's just kind of a continuation of the other 9-10 records I did before that one, you know.
Et en fait, il vient de sortir un album qui s'appelle These Old Walls, qui est la poursuite de tout ce qu'il a fait, une combinaison de tout ce qu'il a pu faire, la country music traditionnelle, en quittant avec tous ces sujets qui sont toujours les titres phares de la country music qu'on appelle vraiment la country music traditionnelle.
Je vais faire une indiscrétion. Est-ce que tu collectionnes toujours les guitares?
Do you still collect guitars?
I do. I have a large collection of guitars. I just had an old Gibson guitar refurbished a few weeks ago. But I have a pretty big collection of guitars. I'm not a great guitar player. I probably don't deserve to have most of the guitars that I have, but I have them, and I'm very proud of them, and I enjoy them, and I get them down and play, all of them as much as I can, and enjoy, looking for others, looking for new ones.
Bien sûr, il a une énorme collection. Il vient de faire acquisition d'une nouvelle Gibson qu'il a dénichée. Il n'est pas très bon guitariste, mais il adore ça. Il dit qu'il mériterait peut-être pas d'avoir autant de guitares parce qu'il ne joue pas très bien, mais il adore et il essaye toujours de jouer le plus possible. Et c'est vraiment un collectionneur de guitares.
Quelles sont tes références country, les musiciens, les chanteurs que tu as adorés?
We know George Jones was part of your influences, but who else was? I mean, what did you listen young?
I was drawn to all the old country music of the 60s, so really all of it, like, Lefty Frizzell, on and on. I mean, even on, the Jim Reeves and the Patsy Clines, even some of those that were even kind of slicker back then, onto a lot of that whole Bakersfield sound. Buck Owens was such a big influence, I just love the simplicity of that music. I also love the harmonies, with him and Don Rich. That sort of took me back to some of the childhood memories of the Louvin brothers and the Wilburn brothers and that sibling harmony, and that's something that they had, that Buck and Don had, even though they weren't brothers. But it was all those people that influenced me, and there's so many.
Il y en a énormément. En fait, c'est la country music des années 60, surtout avec les harmonies vocales, souvent des duos, la musique de Buck Owens, tous ces artistes qui ont fait qu'il a vraiment continué à aimer cette direction vers la country music traditionnelle, basée sur les harmonies vocales de tous ces groupes des années 60, qu'il a cités nombreux, et dit qu'ils sont énormément, il y en a énormément, mais c'est surtout cette époque-là en fait.
Voudrais-tu dire quelque chose de particulier à nos auditeurs?
So this is the end of the interview. She don't want to disturb you anymore. And do you have a message you can tell to the listeners of the radio?
I just want to say a big thanks to you for spreading the country music gospel, for playing country music and sharing that with people. I appreciate you talking with me and your interest in what I'm doing. But for the fans and the people who listen to country music, I think it's important to study the old music as you get introduced to the new music. I think it's important to always understand and know where it came from and to appreciate that. And so I want to thank your listeners for loving country music.
Donc il te remercie beaucoup de prendre le temps de s'intéresser à sa musique et à lui. Et le message pour les auditeurs, c'est qu'ils prennent bien conscience que la musique, la country, ça a une histoire et que c'est bien de s'intéresser à l'histoire, ce qui fait apprécier le travail qu'il fait au quotidien. Et que la musique, c'est aussi une histoire, donc il ne faut pas l'oublier. Et qu'il est très content que sa musique passe aussi sur votre radio. Ok?
Donc, on va prendre plaisir ce soir à t'écouter et on te dira merci et au revoir après le concert.
So they will be happy to see you on stage tonight and they will tell you bye-bye after the show.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you. Merci.
Merci à toi.